What's up, Zombies fans? My name's 3P, and today I'm coming at you with another CoD Zombies video. Today I'm going to be ranking all the perks in Treyarch Zombies. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, before I begin, I would like to say that I'm going to exclude two perks. Double Tap 1.0 because it's more or less irrelevant now, and Quick Revive just because it functions a lot differently in solo than multiplayer, and so it's very hard to place it on the list. But other than that, I'll be going over every other perk, which there's 12. Coming in at number 12, the worst perk in all of Treyarch Zombies, we have Who's Who. Were you really expecting any other perk? This perk is garbage. If you're using it past round 5 or 6 or 7, it's impossible to revive yourself. You spawn in with a Colt and whatever equipment you have, so you might have claymores, which might kill a couple zombies, but you're not going to be able to revive yourself. It's impossible. The only useful part is if you fall off the building, then you instantly respawn, but still, if you are on round 20 or so, it's not going to matter. All you have is a Colt. This perk is a good idea in theory, but the execution is very poor, and this perk is garbage. It comes in at number 12. Coming in at number 11, we have Tombstone. This perk is also pretty good in theory. On town, it actually works pretty well because you can buy Tombstone and 3 other perks, and then down yourself, and then buy 2 and Tombstone again, and then you grab your Tombstone, you have all your guns, all your perks, and then if you bleed out, you can just repeat, which is really nice. But on transit, if you die and bleed out and create a Tombstone, you need to respawn near that Tombstone because it will disappear. So if you respawn in town and your Tombstone was at Diner, good luck. You have to get very lucky with the denizen holes before that thing disappears on you. The map is just a little too big for this perk to be effective completely the way it's supposed to be. It's a really good perk in theory, but since it's useless on solo, it's not even there, and you have a pretty good chance on transit of not getting your Tombstone, this perk just isn't that great. It's slightly better than Who's Who, comes in at number 11. Coming in at number 10, we have Deadshot Daiquiri. This perk, again, another perk that's good in theory. The problem with it is, why aren't you already aiming for the head? You get more points for headshots, and headshots do more damage, which in turn causes you to use less ammo. So aiming for the head is something you should already be doing. Why waste a perk slot when you can already be aiming for the head yourself? This perk just auto-aims to it, but really it auto-aims to about the neck area, so sometimes it's not even always the head. It's not the greatest perk to have. I know it's cheap, but there are better perks that you could be using, so for that reason, it comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have Mule Kick. Now, before you get upset with me for this, just hear me out. So, on some of the Black Ops 3 maps, and prior maps really, there's a wonder weapon that can take you pretty far into the game, like the baby gun, or the Apothecon Servant, or the bows from Dreisendracht, for example. And if you use Alchemical Antithesis, or Cashback, or Raindrops, or whatever, you'll just get a bunch more ammo for that wonder weapon. And so if you just buy a wall weapon and put Dead Wire on it as your secondary, you're set for the whole game. You don't need a third weapon. And cycling through 3 weapons can get kind of confusing anyways. You can sometimes switch to the wrong gun, and that can put you in a bad situation. And so really, there just isn't too much of a need for this perk, especially when you lose your investment sometimes by going down, and it's a 4,000 point perk. There are just better perks you could have in your original 4 perk slots, and for that reason this comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Electric Cherry. This would be higher on the list, but they definitely nerfed it since the days of Black Ops 2. On Origins, this perk was savage. You could get cornered by zombies, shoot 1 shot, and then reload, and you're fine. The zombies will all be stunned for like 2 seconds, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to get out of that pinch. Especially with the OG combo of the Shield, Acid Gat, Speed Cola, and Electric Cherry on Origins. Broken. But on Black Ops 3, once you get past about round 20 or so, this perk isn't too effective. It won't really kill the zombies unless they have a bunch of damage on them, and it doesn't stun them for nearly as long. And so for that reason, this perk comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Vulture Aid. This perk is almost like a prerequisite to Alchemical Antithesis. So the way it worked, it would drop 1 ammo or 2 ammo sometimes, and little money bags. And that was really cool, getting some ammo back. Not a lot, but sufficient. And it would also tell you where the perks were, or the mystery box, and it would make the zombies' eyes glow a little bit more, which was really helpful. But what it also did was it had this green stench effect where if you were standing in it, the zombies would run away from you. And sometimes that was useful, but other times it just got to be super annoying. You just wanted to kill the zombies, but they would just run away from you. And for that reason, this perk comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have Double Tap 2.0. Comparing this to Double Tap 1.0 honestly isn't fair. This perk does double the damage as well as increasing the fire rate. But unfortunately, with the additions of really overpowered wonder weapons and certain gobblegums, the pair of those two makes it so that Double Tap 2.0 isn't as useful as it was in the days of Black Ops 2. And so for that reason, it comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, we have Stamina. This perk is incredibly efficient. You run way quicker, and you run for longer too. For example, on Origins, when you're running through the mud to get the 2 staff pieces for the lightning staff, the one by excavation and the one by church, if you're using Stamina, then you have a pretty decent chance of being able to get both pieces in one run. But if you're not using Stamina, it's impossible, I swear. Maybe not on Black Ops 2, but on Black Ops 3, I'm damn near certain that it's impossible to do. Say you're playing on a really large map, and your teammate goes down, and you need to revive them, and you don't have a Phoenix up, or they don't have Coagulant, whatever. Stamina Up can be really helpful to make it there before they bleed out. Just things like that. Stamina Up is so important, it's always worthy of one of your perk slots. And for that reason, it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, Widow's Wine. So you might be asking yourself why I said that Stamina Up is always worthy of one of your perk slots at the number 5 spot. And there are 2 reasons for that. 1, I haven't listed PhD Flopper yet. And 2, because of this perk. Widow's Wine is very, very, very helpful in most situations. But there are some maps, when you're training, for example, going for high rounds on Shangri-La, that having Widow's Wine actually hinders your ability to get to higher rounds rather than helping it, because it'll break the system of training that you're trying to do. Whereas on maps like Shadows of Evil or Der Eisendrache, when you're going for high rounds on those maps and you get hit by a zombie, it's a lot more helpful to have Widow's Wine. And it's really great because you're always going to get 2 grenades back, and you can get some back from the zombies that get Widow's Wine. This perk is really, really good. It's just not always a perk that you want to have, but it is most of the time. And for that reason, it comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Speed Cola. This perk is amazing. It's so important, especially for wonder weapons. On Black Ops 3, you have the weapon kits that can give you fast mags, and so, honestly, Speed Cola isn't always important when it comes to those guns, except for the LMGs. But Speed Cola still reloads quicker than fast mags. But you know what guns don't have weapon kits? The wonder weapons. The Apothicon Servant takes 3 months to reload, and without Speed Cola, it can sometimes get risky, or the Wunderwaffe, or the Ray Gun Mark II. Those guns all really require Speed Cola, because if you're on higher rounds using those guns, the zombies will come up to you quickly, and if you don't have Speed Cola, they can put you down. Speed Cola is so important, always worthy of a perk slot, and for that reason comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have PhD Flopper. This perk is so good. It's a sexy perk. If you're playing on Ascension, or Call of the Dead, or Shangri-La, or Moon, you're using this perk 100%. I don't know anyone that doesn't want this perk. It's amazing. It's almost broken, and I understand why Treyarch took this out of zombies. When you get cornered by zombies and you have PhD Flopper and Mustang and Sally, you're fine. You're not even worried. If they're out, you'll survive. You can just spam them and you'll live. If you go down and you have Mustang and Sally's, you can just go buy PhD Flopper and you'll be fine. You can, again, just spam them and make it through the round. This perk is almost, like I said, a little broken, and I understand why the community has such a hard-on for it. I wish they brought it back, I really do. Unfortunately, they didn't, but this perk is awesome, and for that reason comes in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, the greatest perk in all of Treyarch Zombies, Juggernaut. Were you expecting it to be anything else? This perk is not even really a perk, really. It's a necessity. You need to play with Juggernaut. Going from either 3 hits on Black Ops 3 or 2 hits on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 to 5 hits is crucial. It's so important. There's a reason that no jug challenges are so difficult, because it's vital. And for that reason, this perk comes in at number 1. And also, it's the only perk that costs 2,500 points. I think that's super cool and super unique. And like I said, it's the greatest perk in all of Treyarch Zombies without a doubt. Not even a perk, a necessity. So, there you have it, all the perks in Treyarch Zombies ranked from worst to best. You might disagree with some of the perks on this list, but that's okay with me. Comment down below what your favorite perk in all of Treyarch Zombies is. But other than that, I don't have too much else for you today. Before I go, I would like to say that again, I'm doing my giveaway for CoD World War II, and the first hit at Dr. Monty's factory will be next Saturday. I will release a video, and in that one I'll have my first spin. So if you guys would like to potentially win CoD World War II, check out my first video and then sub, and you can comment on this video as well what you think my hit will be in Dr. Monty's factory. And if you're correct, I will buy you CoD World War II. It will be the 3 hit, so not the 1. So it is a little tough, but shouldn't always be easy. But with that, I have to say goodbye until next time. This has been 3P with another CoD Zombies video. Roll credits.